What is up everyone, I'm DRP with Deep Roots Gaming, back with another gaming PC build. It's March 2019, most of these parts came from either Newegg or Amazon. We're doing an i7 build for a friend, parts will be in the description below. The case we're using is a DIYPC Vanguard, has glass on two sides and the front, pretty nice case. Top vent guard is magnetic and comes off. USB 3.0 on the ports up here, pretty nice. Here is the back side, which is the cable management side. Got a bottom mount PSU power supply. Alright, right here I had to add 3 standoffs to make my full-size RTX motherboard fit. But they are located here and here. Standoffs came with the case, so not a big deal. Alright, make sure you always have your anti-static strap before you begin any of your builds. Bang, got it. Alright, like I said, this is the MSI Gaming Pro Carbon. Pretty nice board, has a few extra features that a lot of other motherboards don't have. A couple extra heat shields, heat sinks. I do like this board. Here's your rear ports. They are red, which is kind of strange, but we're going for a red build. But those are USB 3s, 2.0s, and a USB-C. Going with the i7 8700K, just in case we want to overclock later on. Here's our 1151 socket. We're just going to pop this latch. So let's go ahead and open it. Alright, if you look right here in the bottom left corner, there's a little indicator. That's how you line up your CPU chip. See the little gold triangle? That's where you line them up at. So you basically just lay this in there. Make sure it's laying flat before you close the hatch. Now a lot of times this black cover will just pop off, but let's go ahead and pop it off to be safe. Go ahead and finish closing your latch. Voila. Alright, we're going with the 32 gigabyte 2666 megahertz. Now remember, if you're doing 2 DIMMs, you want to make sure you put it in the correct dual channel mode, which is DIMM 2 channel A, DIMM 2 channel B. Also line up your notch to the notch in your memory. Press down firmly till you see the latches close. Do it again. Alright, we're going with the Samsung 970 EVO M2, basically one of the best hard drives you can get, super fast. Put it into our M2 slot. This particular slot has a shield on it on this motherboard. Remove this plastic cover from the bottom. Slide in your hard drive. Now this heat shield has some kind of thermal compound or something on the bottom side, so just press it close against your hard drives. They do produce a little heat, so this will help with that. Get it closed all the way. Now we will put the screw back in it that we took out. Maybe. Alright, we're going with the Seagate. 2 terabyte is cheap, not the best, but it came with this, or we put it in this plastic hard drive caddy that came with the case. It's toolless, it just snaps right in with no screws. This is where you put it back in. This is actually the back cable management side. I'm going to slide it in. A little harder than I thought. Alright, now we're going to feed our SATA cable from the back side through the pass-through to the motherboard side. Alright, here's the Rosewill Photon 850 fully modular power supply that we're going with. Now this case has a bottom side vent, so we will place our PSU fan accordingly. So we'll make sure the fan shoots to the bottom side of the case. Alright, now these thumb screws came with the case as well, so I'm putting in the final thumb screw for the power supply. It's been installed. Alright, we went with the Corsair H100i Pro RGB all-in-one water cooler. Here it is out of the box. Probably more than we need, but if we want to overclock later, we're ready. So here's the pump, fans, and the radiator. And then there's also this bracket. Now this bracket goes on the bottom side of your motherboard. There are 4 hoses that go around your socket. Just make sure you line that bracket up, put it through the hose. Then we will thread in our standoffs. Already got 3 done. Here's this final one. Just put it in finger tight. I like to go ahead and add a little extra thermal paste. Even though the pump does have some pre-applied, it seemed a little thin to me. There it is, pre-applied. Alright, this is how we're going for our orientation. So we're going to line the screw hose up, try to keep a little pressure on it, even pressure. Okay, looks good. Now we're going to finish putting in our nuts. I screw them in corner to corner, and I will end up putting these down really finger tight. I went ahead and mounted the radiator to the top side of the case and installed the fans. I will come around here and show you how the screw hose lined up. There's actually little slots for them, so it made it real convenient. Going with the EVGA RTX 2080. Pretty cool card. Has kind of a translucent bottom. Common ports on this end. USB-C on there. Back side is all metal. Now we're going to put it into our shielded PCI slot. Just make sure the latch is open. Slide it down till it clicks back closed. Then put your screws in and we're done. Here it is complete. 4 RGB 120mm fans. Got the strobe lights jumping. This case turned out pretty nice. I will include the benchmark results at the end of the video. If you guys want to check that out. Like I said, here it is. i7 2080 RTX. Hope you enjoyed watching the video.